Shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone while learning this truth. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect out there scattered abroad, pushing this truth on the four corners of the earth, risk their lives and freedom to do so. It's the brother Tazamak coming back with a quick lesson. I'm going to call this lesson, They Should Not Regard Their Gold and Silver. Okay, and I'm gonna be going into how the riches of this world is not going to benefit you in the end. Okay, the riches of this world is not going to benefit you in the end. All right, you got an individual like this that clearly has the love of money. Okay, that clearly worships money. That clearly would do anything to keep this lifestyle. Okay, because you got a lot of our people saying that they want to take the MO, you know what, but as soon as Esau threatened to take anything from their lifestyle, as far as like the cars, the women, because that's what money brings, that women, cars, houses, clothing, status. Okay, because if you make a certain amount of money yearly, you're seeing a certain type of light, a certain type of status. Okay, so these individuals aren't going to leave that behind. They're going to be willing to do whatever it takes to keep that lifestyle going. Even if it means them getting destroyed. You can clearly tell them, hey, look, if you take this, you're going to be destroyed in a couple months. All right, well, at least I got a couple months. That's how niggas think, man. They think about temporary satisfaction. Okay. They go to their heart's desire all the time, the house of feasting. All right? It's not going to benefit them in the end. But I'm going to go ahead and get some precepts on this. I'm going to start off in the book of Proverbs. (23) and 4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. Okay, and let's get into NOT. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. Be wise enough to know when to quit, All we need is our necessities, man. That's all we need. But this world teaches you that you need the Apple Watch, that you need the newest car, keeping up with the Jones, right? That you got to have the finest woman, okay? That you have to have the newest Gucci clothes. Okay, you're going to spend all your energy trying to be rich, using your own wisdom. Like, man, if I just do the extra 30 hours a week, I could be a millionaire, Lean on your own understanding, okay? Really chasing that. You can use all your energy chasing bread, chasing money, instead of using your energy for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why we have these vessels, man. To give our time and our energy to the Lord, Verse 5. Let me get it. Verse 5 in the NLT. Proverbs 23 and 5. In the blink of an eye, will disappear. You see? For it will sprout wings and fly away like an eagle. Yeah, you could be rich one day and poor the next. But you build a foundation on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's a foundation that's not going to crumble. That's a foundation that's going to stand. Okay? The Lord's going to give you everything you need. You don't need a new watch, a new car. Okay? The finest woman in the city. All right? All that type of stuff is coming, man. Right now, we were sitting here to do a mission. Okay? I'm going to get this next in the book of Luke. 6. And I'm going to start at verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Okay, woe, destruction. Okay, and you guys have received your rewards. Starting off with the elite. Starting off with the elites. Okay, because they living lavish now, but you got wicked niggas out here living good too. Okay, so y'all done got your reward. Y'all done got to live it up. Y'all done got to be demons. The Lord about to shut it down, man. Okay? The Lord's about to shut it down. You're not going to continue to be a demon and continue just to live lavishly. No, it don't work that way. Okay? It doesn't work that way. You don't just get to keep being a demon and keep making massive amounts of money, because you got niggas doing scams. They call them jugs in the streets, making a ton of bread, man. A ton of bread. Okay? Especially these elites, man. Gosh. Verse 25. It says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Okay? Because, you know, like I said, starting off with these elites, they got an abundance of things now. Okay? Abundance. You know? And like I said, you got the wicked of our nation, these heathens. They got an abundance of things. The latest cars, the latest clothing, the latest shoes, the latest, you know, got the big house that just got built that you envy them of, you know, you're envious of them of, okay, that you've been dreaming about, that you wish you could be in, you know, all this carnal shit. And the water to Yahweh Shema Shah, for not just pulling myself out the world, but for pulling us out the world, because we all had the mindset of, you know, that money demon. I gotta make money, nigga, get bitches, all that shit, you know, and you realize that don't matter, man. Okay, because we're gonna be satisfied, we're gonna be fed, we're gonna be taken care of when the whole world is hungry. You know, and it says, woe to you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. Okay. And, you know, also, you know, when people laugh, they're having a good, merry time, man. They're having a good time. All that shit is about to stop, man. The Lord's about to kill the mirth. Okay. The Lord's about to kill the mirth out here. Okay. Everybody's having fun. Everybody that's scoffing, that's scorning. It's a wrap, man. Okay. It's a wrap. I'm going to get this next in the book of Isaiah 13, and I'm gonna go to verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Salakia. This is Isaiah 13 and 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay, the Medes, you know, the Russians. Okay, you're gonna have different foreign troops coming over to Babylon the Great, causing hell, man. Okay, and the money is gonna be worthless. The dollar's gonna crash. The dollar's crashing now. Imagine how much more so when World War III is declared, and you got these foreign troops roaming around, kicking in doors, taking women, taking kids, because women and kids is the first thing to always go in war. Always, it's the easiest targets. Okay, what's easier, a grown-ass man that's 6'2", 250, or a dumbass bitch? And I'm just saying how it is. They are dumb, okay? Or you got a woman that's 5'2", 120 pounds, or 5'2", 100 pounds. Yeah, I'm gonna grab her up quick. Or you got a kid that's 4 foot, you know, 60 pounds. I'm gonna grab them up quick. They're less of a threat. Okay, and then we can have our way with them. That's how these demons think. Okay, but they're not gonna regard the gold or silver, talk about money, you know, because it's gonna be worthless. And in that time, they're gonna be wanting blood, man. They're not gonna want that money. It is what it is, man. You got these Russian troops, these Korean troops, these Moabite troops. Okay, you're gonna have all these foreign troops over here, and they're not gonna have mercy. You might have people feeling bad and I'm gonna kill myself, I shouldn't have done that. They ain't gonna have that guilty conscience. They're gonna celebrate. Okay, because this is their life's work. They've been trained. A lot of them been trained to do this shit for years, man. Okay, a brother, the Elder Mahaloya just did a lesson talking about they got a force out there. They got a force out there that's been training for years, and they know like 5 different languages. They getting ready for the Black Awakening. They're talking about us waking back up. Okay, because they know the Lord's gonna be with us, man. They're trying to prepare for it, man. They know the Lord's going to give us that power, that spiritual power. See? That's something the money can't buy. You know? I'm going to close with this. It's the book of Philippians 3. And I'm going to start at verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I count lost for Hamashiach. And this is Apostle Paul. Okay? Saying, though, because, you know, Paul gave up his status, gave up his life, okay, to follow and to serve Yahweh Bashim outside, just like us. Okay, because lots, some of us were pursuing, trying to be actors, or we had different positions in society, different statuses. You might have been like a well-known producer, rapper, actor, singer. Might have been starting a business, which you can still have a business, but it's hard to, Elder Ariella was going into it. It's hard to have a business and still serve the Lord and give the Lord your all. I was even thinking about it. I was stressing myself out even thinking about the shit. Not saying it can't be done, but yeah, you gotta have your ducks in a row, like they say. But we gave all that up for the love of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Okay, verse 8. Just like we're gonna do again. Okay, we're gonna have to give everything up, put our faith to the test, which is a big deal to the true believers. Verse 8. Yet doubtless do not count all things, but lost for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things. You see, and do count them dug, that I may win Hamashiach. Yeah, and Paul's saying basically like, I could lose all my possessions. I count them as dung. I count them as shit. It's all garbage. Okay, compared to having that relationship. Compared to having that relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, man. Compared to following the Lord, man. No worldly possession is ever going to amount to that. It's never going to amount to that, no matter what. It could be the newest Bentley coupe and the sunroof and all that stuff. If you're a man of the Lord, all that shit. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have a cool ride or whatever, right? But your heart and your mind ain't gonna be locked into a damn Bentley coupe. Or it's not going to be locked into some new Jordans your woman gave you that you wouldn't give up for nothing in the world, man. Okay? If we hate this place, literally. Everything about it. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having stuff, but it shouldn't have your heart. It shouldn't have you like, man, I would never give this up. Okay? Because we'll give anything up for Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. We gave our life up for this, man. Okay? If bros in the world, shit, we'd be doing the same thing these other Babylonian niggas do. Getting married. Okay, having kids galore, which there's nothing wrong with having kids, but in this society, shit, ain't the best move, ain't the wisest thing. It's not expedient, So we gave up our lives for this truth, and we continue to give up whatever we have to, okay, for the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, okay, to do what's pleasing for the Lord, man. Fuck this place, man. Okay, we almost out of here. Lord's will. This was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.